Okay, guys, join with Lee Carsley. Do we have a microphone available, or no? It's not like okay. If you just raise your hand, and I'll. Who would like to go first? Sam.
Hello, Lee.
Hiya.
Just ask about Grealish today. You brought him back into the side, and he's playing. It looked like he was playing as a 10 rather than a wide player. Just talk us through that.
Well, we knew that we were going to potentially get some spaces in wide areas. So the conventional, or what you may think is a normal number 10. Jack's different to that. I think he's capable of going into wide areas and receiving the ball, but he's also just as comfortable coming deeper. So yeah, I think I try not to look too much like on positions and positional, but it's more the attributes of the players. So you know, you're seeing at the end of the game there, Angel coming on. Angel's a 10 who can play as a 6 or an 8. So I try not to get too bogged down with, you know, just because they've got a number 10 on means they have to play behind the striker.
Okay, Sammy.
Hi there. Can I ask you how you felt today? Obviously, it's a big day for you in your career, but
yeah.
Being overshadowed slightly by the story about the anthem. How did that? First of all, how have you found the reaction to that?
Yeah.
And how has that affected your day at all for preparation? No,
it's definitely not affected my day or my preparations. I found out about it this morning. You know, I fully respect people's opinions. It's something that I've never done. But I fully respect the both national anthems. Today would be probably one of the proudest days of my career. To lead an England team out in Dublin. You know, you definitely couldn't have writ it. But you know, I don't feel hard done by or aggrieved. I respect everyone's opinion. You know, I've played in teams out there where players are belting the anthem out next to me. But also, you know, I've played in teams where people, you know, players don't sing or coaches. You know, I don't think it makes me or anyone that doesn't any less committed. You know, like I say, I was looking forward so much to today. Yeah, and it's the proudest day of my football career. It's you know, you couldn't have writ it really. You know, I seen the draw a while back, and I thought to myself, that's going to be a really good game. And then if you fast forward, and then, you know, 2 weeks ago, you know, when it sinks in that, okay, yeah, I'm going to take over the team. First game's in Dublin. You know, you're like, you know, I knew it was going to be you know, a good experience, but a bit of a test also.
Jack Pitbrook.
Hi, Lee. It looked on TV to us that at half time you used data to do analysis work rather than going back into the dressing room with the players. Can you clarify what your process was at half time?
When do you mean? Coming out early, you mean, or?
It just looked from the footage that we saw as if you were looking at an iPad.
Yeah, so the iPad that I've got is just instead of taking a pen and paper, so I make a lot of notes before the game on shapes that the opposition might do. So obviously with this job you have a lot of thinking time. So I'm constantly looking at if they change to a 4, this is how we can build. If they change to a 3, this is how we can build. So it was just jogging my memory, to be honest. Also that, you know, when I go into half time, I try not to give them players too much information, but try and give them 2 or 3 bullet points that are really going to affect the second half. So that was probably just a bit of collating what's going to be important to say to the players.
And did you then go in to speak to the players at half?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Just on the controversy around the anthem,
yeah,
and on the prospect of you potentially becoming the permanent England manager, do you look at, you know, reflect on these headlines and find yourself at the centre of this and wonder, is it worth all the hassle? Is being England manager worth that?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I fully respect people's opinions. You know, it doesn't. You know, I would never judge anyone for doing, you know, singing or not. You know, I had a great experience when I played for the Republic of Ireland, and I'm having a really good experience now in terms of the responsibility that I've got of being head coach interim for the senior team. So I think you've probably got to accept that, you know, with that does come a bit of judgment. like I say, I think it's something that I don't feel hardly done by. I respect everyone's opinion, and we move forward.
Jacob.
Hi, Lee. Trent obviously used as a lock midfielder in the summer, but today's first time he started for a long time. From what you've seen today, does that make you think this is where he's going to be best usefully going forward? And the way he played today, make things well, the success of this side is going to depend on more on getting the best out of him. Yeah, well, I think that's one of the points that we try and make with all of the players is getting the best out of them, putting them in familiar positions that they play at their clubs. So if you've seen Trent play this season, it was very similar to the way we asked him to play today in terms of when we built. He often went central with Cobby and Declan a little bit higher or wider. I think one of the what we've noticed, especially within the pathway of players that we've got, that full-backs now are almost like midfield players. They've got all the attributes of midfielders, and Trent's definitely falls into that bracket. I thought he was very good today. I thought he got a little bit tired at the end, so I thought he was a positive performance.
Gentlemen there.
There was obviously a lot of focus as well on Declan before kick-off.
Yeah.
How pleased with you with the way they handled that and turning the performance?
Yeah, I'm pleased with it, but not surprised. I think they've both been in football long enough now to understand that, and respectfully that it was going to be a little bit hostile at times, but in the right way. I thought the fans were really respectful with it. I thought that they both handled the atmosphere as did the whole team. We tried to speak about, it's going to be high tempo for everyone, not just Deck and Jack. But I thought, obviously it's great for them too that they've scored the goals, but more importantly that the team's won and they've kept a clean sheet.
The way Ireland set up tactically, the way they approached the games, did any of it come as a surprise to you?
We prepared that they were going to play 5 at the back or 3 at the back, however you want to look at it. We knew that they were going to be compact and difficult to play against in terms of not leaving much space. I think they've got some really talented players within the team, especially the subs that came on as well. I think they really helped. Obviously, they've got their work cut out with a new manager that's going to need time to bed in his own ideas in. But I think it's good that he's got a couple of coaches with him that understand the players and have worked with them in the past. So it's it's probably a tough first game for the manager, but it's given him a chance now to have a look at the players and make his own mind up.
James, I.
Declan turned down the armband with Harry there.
Yeah.
Clarify why.
Yeah, I think John was vice captain, so I think just out of respect, John coming on and taking over the armband. So I wouldn't say he refused it. I think he just seen that John was next in line, so that was the case.
Can you make any changes to it?
No. I don't think it would be fair for me to do that. To be honest, I think that's for a permanent head coach to do. I think for me to come in my first camp and change the leadership team around, and I'm not sure that's my role. No. Thank you.
It looks from the football in the first half particularly good, and we had 83% possession.
Yeah.
The build up to Jack's goal was really nice. Is that Carr's ball? Is that possible?
It's definitely not. It's definitely not that. I think it's definitely not my style. It's the players. It's the players that are capable of receiving the ball in tight areas and playing through. I'm just lucky that at the minute I'm coaching them, but it's I definitely don't see this as my style. It's they should take all of the credit for the way that we've been here for 4 sessions, so but you could see that they were trying to do the right things, and I think we can be really pleased with the start that we've made.
Paul.
Finally, a couple of very good questions. Did you accidentally go into the Irish technical?
I did go down the tunnel and turn right. I did go down the tunnel and turn right. As you know, I spent a lot of time on the bench, so I know exactly where that is. But I thought I don't.
It wasn't Freudian stuff.
No, it was no. And then I realised that no one was on there and that the other coaches were on the other bench, so it was quickly resolved. So.
And Were you surprised at how easy it was for England, particularly the first half? I mean, as my colleague said, more than 80% possession. I mean, were you expecting it to be that easy?
Well, I think sometimes the possession one can be quite misleading. You know, even though we had, if it is 80%, I've not seen the stats yet, but if we had a lot of the ball, I didn't feel like we were peppering the goal. I didn't think like their goal was under massive threat. A lot of it was in front of them, and you know, from a game plan point of view, you know, I remember playing here myself, and sometimes against sometimes better teams, you would have to sit in, be well organised, and play on a counter attack. And I thought at times that Ireland did that well. So, but no, it didn't feel easy from the side. It definitely didn't feel easy.
Okay, the Irish coach is waiting to come in, so I have to finish it. One at the back.
Well, Lisa, it was a quick one, really. Just you said he set up to predict almost that Ireland would come out with a 3-man defence. Did that allow you to set up to allow extra players sort of almost run past them, come from midfield and just leave Harry on his own?
Well, I think when I thought that they may do that because of what John done in the past as well, in terms of when he was caretaker and the, you know, understanding the role of, you've only got 2 or 3 days preparation maximum, because of the physical element that you have to worry about as well. I just assume that they may play a 5, and then when you do play a 5, there's going to be space somewhere, because obviously you got an extra player backwards. So it was trying to just work out quite quickly. We had 2 or 3 ways that, depending on what they did, where we could try and exploit. But yeah, I didn't. I still thought it was, you know, quite difficult to break Ireland down with the way that they set up.
Cheers, I'm sorry to disappoint those who are waiting as well. Thanks.
Thanks, mate.